Yesterday I went to New York City at the end of the day to go watch the Knicks playoff game, and it was electric. It was so cool. I went to a bar with some friends. We sat outside and that entire street corner was packed because they had 2 outdoor TVs. So everybody, not even from the bar, but people passing by, people brought their own chairs, they brought their own drinks, and everyone just like packed the street. And it was so much fun, and what a cool game, and what a comeback. In other news, I finally got my work schedule, and I was checking it yesterday. I got it yesterday at like 11 p.m. while I was still watching the game in the city. Of the 6 interns, guess who's the only one working 3 blocks of nights instead of 2? Am I gonna make it? I don't know exactly how to feel about it because I feel like it's almost, everything is beneficial. So to have 3 blocks of nights where I will be one of the only people managing a ton of patients at the hospital is a lot of responsibility and really difficult. Like one of the most difficult things about general surgery, residency, and your first year as an intern, but also a very great learning opportunity because you get thrown in the deep water and you sink or swim, and that's how you learn the fastest. My only fear about that, and I already had a nightmare about it, is falling asleep behind the wheel driving from night shift because it's so exhausting. Not a lot of people know about this, but when I was in my post-bac, when I was working as an EMT, I never really worked nights. So when they assigned me on nights, there was one morning when I was coming back where I dozed off behind the wheel and crashed my car. That's the reason that I'm so scared of nights, and I know this is something that's inevitable intern year and general surgery and in this career in general, but I just know that it happened, and it happened so instantaneously. Like I was feeling completely fine, and I just remember waking up because there was such a big jolt in my car when I hit the fence that I was so confused at what just happened. Anyway, so then today I had a nightmare, and my nightmare was that I fell asleep behind the wheel of my car driving from work. So clearly there's still some PTSD about that. And I would say something like, hey, maybe they consider me as very responsible and someone who's capable of holding it down for 3 months in a row, but they haven't even met me yet, so I know it's not the case. So I think it was just kind of luck of the draw. The other thing is I, again, briefly looked over what everybody else got instead of that 1 extra night of blocks, and it seems like vascular surgery was the other rotation, and I know they briefly messaged us pre-giving us the schedule and asked who would be interested in doing an extra block of vascular, and a couple people said yes, and I didn't say anything. So I think I'm working on some administrative tasks. I got a couple of emails from IT to set up Epic and passwords and all that jazz. And I just got an email that they're working on getting us Dragon access. Yay. I hate typing out really long notes. And I can't remember what hospital it was, but I remember rotating somewhere and they said that their interns aren't allowed Dragon access because they wanted them, it's like a privilege that comes later in residency. I'm pretty sure that was the case, and I was like, wow, I would hate to just not be allowed to use it the first year just because. Went to do my physical today, drug test, blood test for titers, general physical exam, medical history. I think that's all I did. Met a very sweet MA who was telling me that she's currently in nursing school, just completed a semester and is considering medical school, and so we talked about medical school a bunch, and it's really fun to now be on the other side of it through completed with 4 years of medical school, because I can confidently say that I don't regret the decision, and that as hard as it was, it is so worth it. Maybe it's a little too early to say since I haven't even started intern year, but I told her it's worth it. On my way to a first of 3 hospital onboardings. Today it's going to start with an M&M, and it's going to be on delayed diagnosis of diverticulitis and I think perforation associated with it. I read up a little bit on the topic yesterday, even though I don't think anyone's going to ask me anything. I don't want people to ask me what diverticulitis is, and I'm going to stare at them blankly because I haven't been to school for so long. And then otherwise, we're getting the lay of the land at this hospital. We're getting our scrub access, we're getting our badge access, and I'm gonna meet the rest of my co-interns. So finally, what an exciting day. I'm ready to get into it. Okay, so I just finished my first day of onboarding at one of my 3 hospitals. It took me like 30 minutes to get here, and now it should take me like 30 minutes to get home, which is, I would say, a pretty nice commute and could be a lot worse. And this is the furthest hospital away from my apartment, so 30 minutes is not that bad. Plus, when I'll be waking up at like 4:30 in the morning and leaving this place, 4:30 in the morning, there will be no traffic. Leaving this place at like 6 p.m., maybe some traffic. So first thoughts, I'm so super stoked and excited. I can't believe this day is here. It's actually like so cool. I am so excited to start working. I've had enough of a break. Like, I think I did my summer right. I took all my trips. I did everything I wanted to do. I saw all my people, and now I'm ready to get to work. So I'm excited for next week to start and to have the rest of the orientations and trainings. Everyone is so sweet. I got my badge, we got a hospital tour, saw all the important things, the ORs, the PACU, the call rooms, the dictation rooms, cafeteria. My first rotation, which is going to be colorectal, is going to be here as well. Just got a text saying that our block scheduled dates might completely change. Here I was mentally preparing on starting on colorectal and then going straight into 2 months of nights. We'll see what the universe has in store. Finally got our contract sent to us. Very exciting because it just makes it so much more official. And on top of that, we got a pay raise this year. God bless. I realized I never completed the advanced trauma life support class. So I have to do all those modules now. It is so long. Working on a PowerPoint presentation that we're supposed to present to our whole group plus admin somewhere in the first week. So I'm just compiling all the information, and I gotta get pictures, and apparently it's supposed to be like an 8-minute long presentation. I don't think I talked about my plan for loan repayment, but as of right now, I am around 350K in debt that I have to pay off. My plan as of currently is to apply for PSLF, Public Service Loan Forgiveness. I currently consolidated my loan. That application finally went through because I had like 8 different loans. Now it's all in one big loan. And I also applied for an income-driven repayment plan because after consolidation, the money automatically enrolls into the standard repayment plan, which is the new plan under this administration. And I am trying to make as little payments as I can every month. And so with the income-driven repayment plan, that's how I'm going to achieve the smallest payments per month. So I'm still waiting for that application to go through. And since I'm going to be enrolling into PSLF, I'm also trying to skip deferment, which I should automatically be able to get rid of the deferment period because I applied for consolidation, and those two things are tied together. As soon as you consolidate, you give up deferment and should be able to start making payments right away. So I'm hoping to start making PSLF eligible payments come July. This whole thing is so complicated. I'm very thankful that I'm a business and finance major, so numbers come a little bit easier to me, but it took me a while still to figure everything out and compare everything to each other, and it's really just, it's really draining and difficult to sort through. Oh no, we're starting with a pre-test. I don't know how good this is gonna go. 20-year-old male arrives at the hospital approximately 30 minutes after being stabbed. First day of residency orientation is finally here. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's all online today from 7 a.m. to, no, sorry, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to be, I think, everybody in the network. It's not just my hospital, but everyone that's in this network and all the interns throughout, no matter the specialty. And then we're just getting a lot of like general information, basic introductions from like the chief academic officer and other admin, and then we're going through like resident wellness and burnout and safety. It's just very, very general today, but I'm very happy to get started. Kind of wish it was in person though. I think it would be fun to be with all my other co-interns and meet a bunch of other interns from other places and other specialties, but oh well.
Going on with the strike and all of
Finished the first day of orientation. It was long, but a lot of good information, and now I'm gonna go for a run.
There's some great information here. So thank you so much for joining.
Okay, we're done with orientation for the day. Today was just a half day, but we went through all the benefits, and I went through benefits prior, so I already had pretty much, I knew exactly what I was gonna get, so I basically applied right away. And that was my breakdown and my pricing, which right now seems really, really good. And now I also got access to my email. Realized I've been getting a bunch of emails, like my official work email. And there's a bunch of learning assignments that I got assigned to work through, like HIPAA training, on-site stuff. So I'm going to be working through that. I still have to finish half of the ATLS modules. That whole training is just also really long. And then I have to figure out how to sign up for some of the other benefits and all the other stuff, like 401k. And then I have to get my insurance information because I want to book some doctor's appointment. I'm also really tired because, again, my cat decided to wake me up at 5 a.m. So I've been getting 5 hours of sleep for the last, I don't know how many days. I feel like I'm already in residency. This is the last day of sun. It's raining for the next, like, entire week. And I officially start residency on July 1st, but I'm pretty much going to be doing epic training all day tomorrow, and then I have more onboarding all day Monday, and then, you know, everything else starts. So this is my last day of sun. So I'm back here by the pool. On my way to intern and some other resident dinner. I think those are all the people that are going to be there. That is sponsored by a program. Very fun. This is going to be the second time hanging out with my co-interns and the other residents. So I'm very excited for the opportunity to again get out of my apartment building and like see people. I'm so tired. You would think I already started residency, but no. I just keep getting waken up at 2, 3, or 4 in the morning by freaking Leo, pretending like he's so innocent. Today is going to be hours upon hours of epic training. Very exciting, but I really enjoy the epic training so much more than the like online epic training that some programs make you do, because that never sticks. And the one time that I did in-person epic training, it was like transforming. So I'm gonna try and absorb as much as I can today, because I haven't used Epic that much as a system, because during 4th year rotations, every hospital used something different. So I am not like a pro at putting in orders and figuring out where to find different notes and things. So. That was so long. We were there from 8 to 3 p.m. and we actually got out 2 hours earlier. It felt like forever, and I'm so tired. I cannot wait to get home and take a nap. Average sleep has been 6 hours a day, rated as poor. And that's on having an apartment cat who's meant to live in a big house with a backyard. Last full day of orientation today, going in person into the hospital, and it's going to be all day. I was bored for an entire month looking for things to do, and now that I have 1 weekend and a couple of days left in order to prepare for residency, get all my stuff done, clear my plate, and go in with a fresh mind, my check engine light came on. So now tomorrow early in the morning I have to drive my car into Manhattan so I can see what the heck is going on at the dealership. And then I broke the CPU to my PC, so now I can't do anything on my computer, and I was gonna go buy a second monitor so I could
like install Epic on here, be able to check on patients from home in a comfortable environment. Now I just don't have a PC in general. 2 days away from residency starting, everything in my life decided to break. I'm going to install a new CPU now, and hopefully when you guys are watching this, that means this was edited on my new and improved PC.